Tonight on Middle Tennessee News, Rutherford and surrounding counties are still responding to rescue calls after the weekend storms and flooding, and the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency is stressing the importance of weather safety.
And we have information about how an 80-year-old woman lost her house to the recent tornado and flooding. All those stories plus your local and weather and sports. Middle Tennessee News starts right now.
Good evening. I'm Christy Jones, joined by Will Stevenson in the studio. Welcome to Middle Tennessee News. There are 4 deaths in Nashville due to the flooding. There has been numerous rescue calls all over the Middle Tennessee area. Metropolitan Nashville Police saw the body of a man whose car was submerged in a creek and that was recovered on Sunday. Another man's body was found on a golf course, while 2 other bodies were found near a homeless camp. Nearly 6 inches of rain fell Saturday in Nashville, and a portion of Interstate 40 was temporarily shut down due to high waters. Some rivers and creeks were at near their highest level since 2010.
Rutherford County was also drowning in water after last weekend's storms. All hands were on deck to keep residents safe, and we have Rutherford County Public Information Officer breaking down this past weekend.
Late yesterday evening, Rutherford County Fire Rescue did respond to 2 more water rescue calls, both this time involving submerged vehicles. The first one on Central Valley Road just before 8 p.m. was a father and his teenage daughter inside of their vehicle, and the car began sinking further and further into the water, and to the point that it was no longer visible. So personnel were able to make it over to the vehicle and break the back glass to assist those occupants in their escape. Secondly, we had a semi-truck that had reports of a person trapped in the water, and when crews arrived, the units found that an 18-wheeler had been submerged in the water, and the driver was actually on the hood holding onto the roof. So crews were able to deploy a boat in that case and go rescue the driver, who fortunately was uninjured. And we had over 30 calls that we responded to. Perhaps some of the most noteworthy were some evacuations that were made. On Sunday, we had in the area of Twin Oak, we went and checked on 5 different homes and evacuated a couple of people from that area. Also, East Jefferson Pike, there was a home where 2 people, 7 cats, and 3 dogs were rescued from their flooded home. Several stranded motorists rescued as well. So as you can see, the rain event not only affected motorists, but it also affected people who were experiencing flooding in their homes. You just don't ever know, especially in the evening time when it's dark and hard to see. You just really do not know how deep some of these waters are. And even just sometimes even just a foot of water, can carry your car off into a location that you did not intend to go to.
The Rutherford County Emergency Management Agency is in the process of collecting information and documenting property damages caused by flooding. Homeowners or business owners with property in Rutherford County are urged to contact RCEMA if your home or business sustained flood damage this weekend. Public Safety Director Chris Clark says that you may only report damage that impacted your home, where he noted that driveways, fences, barns, sheds, mailboxes, and other outbuildings do not need to be reported to RCEMA.
Residents in the town of Smyrna are cleaning up after the storms which happened on Thursday and Saturday night. Storms damaged houses and knocked trees into yards and even pools late Thursday night. The National Weather Service later confirmed the damage had come from an EF1 tornado. The town of Smyrna condemned at least 2 houses on Addy Drive. One of those belonged to an 80-year-old widow. Faye Adams had been living in her house for 13 years after she lost her husband. Luckily, she and the residents sustained no injuries. Adams will be living with her sister until repairs are made to the house.
It happened so fast, I barely had time to grab my phone and run to the closet. So it was a twirling tornado sound, and then a bomb went off.
The Tennessee Emergency Management Agency is stressing the importance of staying safe during the extreme flooding. TEMA is telling everyone to avoid walking and driving in moving waters, as just 6 inches can knock you down and 2 feet can sweep away your vehicle. Everyone needs to immediately move to higher ground to avoid injury. Flash floods are the #1 cause of weather-related deaths in America. TEMA recommends using a stick to check the depth of the water and firmness of the ground in front of you and to avoid parking along streams, rivers, and creeks during heavy rainfall. Carson joins us now with our first look at weather and an insight to how our surrounding counties are looking after last weekend's storms.
As for today's weather, we've had wonderful sunny skies after receiving several inches of rain this last weekend. Some roads are still clearing up, so be careful if you have to leave the house. We've had light east winds of up to 5 miles per hour today, and it's currently 63 outside here in Murfreesboro, with a high of 63 here and across most of our coverage areas, with McMinnville at a high of 64. Regarding this weekend's rains, the heavy storms flooded houses and roads across Middle Tennessee Saturday night. The flooding caused multiple water rescues to be taken even into early Sunday morning and is responsible for at least 4 deaths. We had almost 6 inches of rain Saturday, which may remind some people of the May 2010 floods. Multiple sections of Interstate 40 were shut down for high water.
Still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, we have your weekly commentary from MTSU professor, and we have a look at Cannon County schools shut down in fear of contaminated water. And after that, Carson will be back to give us a full look at damage that occurred over the weekend. That's coming up next on Middle Tennessee News. Stick around.
In foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Black truck. Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Middle Tennessee News. Customers of the Woodbury Water Treatment Plant are under a precautionary water boil as of 12:45 a.m. last night. Director of Cannon County Schools, William Curtis, informs that the treatment plant experienced flooding which may have caused contamination to the water supply. The director also stated that Cannon County Schools would be closed today as a safeguard. Pre-K and kindergarten registrations have been rescheduled for March 30th. Woodbury Water System customers are encouraged to continue their precautionary boil until 12:45 a.m. on March 30th.
The Bedford County School System has found their new superintendent. Dr. Tammy Garrett has been named the new superintendent of Bedford County Schools. She's worked 10 years as a principal at Hobgood Elementary and Mitchell Nielsen School in Rutherford County. Dr. Garrett succeeds Don Embry, who announced his retirement in December after serving as the director for 8 years. One of Dr. Garrett's goals is to increase the funding necessary to help raise the county's test scores.
The things that I've noticed is
They're great people here. And what they lacked is the funding and also the test scores.
Rutherford County Fire Rescue promoted Joshua Sanders to the position of captain. Current Chief Farley announced that Sanders will be chief effective today. Sanders has 19 years of experience and in range of positions and has earned a master's degree in emergency services management. Sanders is the current assistant fire marshal for the fire rescue. Sanders is also certified as a fire officer through the Tennessee Commission on Firefighter. Sanders said, "I look forward to transitioning into this new role and continuing to do what I love."
After lost years, Murfreesboro City Schools is finally reopening their summer program. The state of Tennessee has mandated all schools districts to be available for MCS grades K through 6. Students who have missed school due to COVID are being offered an extra step of learning. This program will be held in person as learning only. Curriculums, reading, math, and science will be the main focus for this year's program. COVID protocols will be followed, including masks, class sizes, and temperature checks. This program is set to begin June 2nd through July 21st, with a break from the week July 1st through July 6th.
We have coming to our summer school program. It is a 32-day program, and we have just had an outpouring interest in it.
Carson Sis joins us now with tonight's forecast.
Tonight we'll have clear skies. Expect lows in the mid-40s in Middle Tennessee. Murfreesboro can expect an overnight low of 45. Shelbyville, McMinnville, and Manchester also have lows of 45. Mount Juliet is at 44, and Woodbury is a tad bit warmer at 46. Expect clear skies tonight and through most of our week. This week is looking a little bit chilly out, so make sure to dress in layers and bring a jacket along. Our southeast winds will be light and up to 5 miles per hour. After the break, I'll have your full forecast.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back to Middle Tennessee News. Today's highs have been in the mid-60s with sunny skies across Middle Tennessee after an incredibly damp weekend. We've had sunny conditions this afternoon, which will persist overnight. There will be light winds up to 5 miles per hour from the east until night when they shift to the southeast. Through the early evening, it will be in the lower 60s to the upper 50s. before reaching our overnight lows in the mid-40s. Tonight's low is 45 in Murfreesboro. Tomorrow we will have more sunny skies before receiving showers at night. We will have a 100% chance of rain tomorrow night with a small potential for thunder. Don't worry though, because the rain will not be as bad as it has been. Tomorrow we'll have highs in the mid-70s, and the high is expected to be around 74 here in Murfreesboro, with heavier south winds of up to 20 miles per hour, which will hit tomorrow afternoon. The winds will die down at night as we see southwest wind speeds only up to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night we'll have overcast skies with lows in the upper 50s. Expect tomorrow's low to be around 58. Unfortunately, Wednesday is expected to be our only day with periods of rain in the morning and afternoon. The chance of rain is supposed to be around 93%. Wednesday will also be cooler as we have high temperatures in the lower 60s. Wednesday's winds will be from the northwest with heavier winds around 20 miles per hour and 15 miles per hour at night. Then on Wednesday night, the chance for showers is supposed to end. There will be cloudy skies with a chance of clearing up overnight, and overnight lows will be in the lower 30s, below freezing at 31, which makes a very chilly end to our March. Thursday is when the sun returns for the rest of the week. Just because it's sunny doesn't mean we expect it to be warm though. Thursday's highs will be in the upper 40s at around 48, and Thursday night will continue to be clear. Lows that night will be in the upper 20s at around 27, so it will be yet another chilly night. Be ready to use your ice scrapers early Friday morning as frost is expected to settle in. Friday morning will be sunny, and winds will be from the northeast and will be around 5 miles per hour. Friday's highs will be in the mid-50s at about 54. And finally, Friday night will stay clear. That night, we will have east winds around 5 miles per hour, and lows overnight will be in the lower 40s at around 41. When we come back, Noah Brady is over in the MTN Sports Den. We'll have your full sports report after the break. Also,
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back to Middle Tennessee News. I'm Noah Brady here in the MTN Sports Den. Let's kick things off with some heartbreaking news from our women's basketball team that developed over the weekend. Days before the NCAA tournament first-round matchup against the school she previously attended, Anastasia Hayes says she couldn't be happier to have left the University of Tennessee. Well, now along with their sister Aislinn, the MTSU women's basketball lead scoring duo have entered the transfer portal less than a week after an 87-62 loss at the hands of Tennessee. Anastasia, who at one point in the year was the leading scorer in the league and finished the year in the second place spot in that regard, was named CUSA Player of the Year as well as CUSA Tournament MVP. Her sister Aislinn, who averaged 14 points per game, was named to the second All-CUSA team combined with Anastasia to provide MTSU with 40 points per game during their CUSA championship season. Anastasia has 2 years of eligibility left and Aislinn has 3 years left after the COVID season, in which did not count against players' eligibility totals. There will be 3 Hayes sisters in the transfer portal this offseason, as Anastasia and Aislinn are joined by Alacia, their younger sister who entered the transfer portal last week after sitting through her first season at Notre Dame, which she opted out of due to COVID concerns. Let's shift it over to the men's tennis team, who had yet another historic weekend in Murfreesboro. It was a very busy weekend for the MTSU men's tennis team as they won their 27th and 28th straight home matches. Both DePaul University and 29th ranked South Florida traveled to Adams Tennis Complex over the weekend, both to be beat by the Blue Raiders. After falling short during their doubles match on Friday, it was the 6 singles match sweep that led the Blue Raiders to their 27th win over DePaul. On Sunday, Pavel Model and Stein Slump defeated the 14th ranked doubles team of South Florida 3-4, giving MTSU an early advantage with the doubles point. After MT took the first singles match, South Florida answered back, winning the second, third, and fourth. Francisco Rocha, playing in the 5th singles match on the day for the Blue Raiders, would go on to defeat the 45th ranked player in the nation to put all eyes on Pavel Model in the final singles match on the day. After splitting the first 2 sets, Model pulled out a 6-4 victory in the third set, clinching the match and extending the most impressive win streak by the Blue Raiders men's tennis team. Now let's leave the courts and head over to the dirt, where the MT Baseball had their first conference series. Over the weekend, Blue Raider baseball team traveled to Birmingham, Alabama for a 4-game weekend series against UAB. After a crushing 8-1 defeat for the MT Blue Raiders, the opening game of their Friday doubleheader, the Raiders won a tight one in the game 2 by a score of 11-9. Saturday brought more trouble as UAB topped MTSU once again and for the 3rd time in a row had scored at least 8 runs. However, the best pitching and defensive performance would come on Sunday for the MTSU Blue Raiders as they defeated the Blazers 3-1 in the series finale. Winning pitchers this weekend for the Blue Raiders were Austin Cheeley and Trent Seibert, and MTSU comes to the Borough this week for a homestand against Rice. Now let's bring it back to the Borough for softball. After scheduling a 3-game weekend series with Georgia Tech just last Wednesday afternoon, the Lady Raiders and the Yellow Jackets softball teams were only able to play 1 game. With the large amounts of rainfall and flooding in the Murfreesboro area Friday night and all day Saturday, the weather took 2 of the 3 games out of the mix. The Lady Raiders fell short in their Friday afternoon matchup by a final score of 10-1. Pitcher for the Blue Raiders, Corinna Dodd, picked up her first loss in her 6th start on the year. The Lady Raiders head to Murray State tomorrow for a 4 o'clock matchup with the Lady Racers. Now let's take it over to Zach Lone, who made us a scouting report for the volleyball team ahead of their Conference USA tournament.
The Lady Raider volleyball team has the Southern Miss this weekend for the Conference USA tournament. They secured the final spot from the East last weekend, making this their 2nd straight trip to the tournament. Prior to these past 2 years, they had missed 5 straight conference tournaments. They will play the red-hot Rice Owls in the first round. Rice defeated the number 2 ranked Texas Longhorns last Tuesday, and the Owls are the number 1 seed from the west side of the conference. The Lady Raiders have a few players who have performed well individually. Marley Banton ranks 3rd in the conference in service aces with 29, which means she gets an ace every 0.48 serves. Taylor Isert ranks 5th in the assists with 581. She gets an assist every 9.5 services. Amelia Vanderwerf has the 7th best hitting percentage with .347. The Blue Raiders rank 5th in both offense and defense heading into the tournament, which makes a well-balanced team. Nicole Lennon is someone to watch out for, though, on the Rice Owls. She ranks 2nd in points with 4.9 per serve and 4th in kills with 4.2. The Lady Raiders have a tall task in front of them, but their well-balanced play style should potentially help them. Western Kentucky's on the other side of the bracket, which really helps the Blue Raiders, as the Hilltoppers have only dropped 3 sets all year. The Lady Raiders head to Southern Miss looking to bring back some silverware. Back to you.
Thanks, Zachary. Be sure to check out Blue Raider Extra Point on Wednesday at 6 to get a full athletics rundown. We will see you then back here in the MT Sports Den on Wednesday at 5.
Thanks, Noah. And wrapping up our show tonight, we have those morning and midday Cash 3 and 4, as well as some estimates for the jackpots and the Mega Millions for Powerball. Thank you for joining us for Middle Tennessee News. I'm Christy Jones, joined by Will Carson and Noah Brady, our most recent sports anchor. If you missed this or any other show, you can watch them on our website, middletennesseenews.net. Make sure to follow us on our social media sites as well. That's Facebook/Middle Tennessee News or at Middle TN News on Twitter. We'll see you for our next show on Wednesday.
So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.